अगर कोई मुझे ये कह देता है कि आपसे ये नहीं होगा, that is the biggest challenge for me, you know, till date. You know, if someone says कि नहीं नहीं आप please आप नहीं कर सकते, I said okay, let me do it. So that is very important. So you have to challenge yourself, you know. And now I think working after 25 years, Archana, it's not about, you know, it has always been me versus me. It has never been me versus anybody else.
Here, I would like to introduce my WMF chairperson, Archana Surana. She's a well-known name in the Pink City, and she's the founder of Women Mentors Forum. Through the Women Mentors Forum, founded by her, a widely traveled and noted speaker, she sits on various national and international forums of academia and industry. She has been appointed as Dean of Fashion Design Faculty and Academic Council member of Rajasthan ILD Skills University, Chairperson Committee of Honorary Doctorate Degree of RISU. She's the Chairperson of Fashion Colloquia, as we've heard right now, 2020, and an international research colloquium hosted and organized by Arch College of Design and Business in Jaipur from 26th to 30th January 2020. She's a Vital Voices Lead Fellow and a Yuva Icon Awardee at the hands of former Indian President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And the awards and the list can go on and on. But then here I would like to invite my colleague Nilofer.
It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Sunita ji here at today's Charcha. Born in a Rajput family in Ocean Thikana, a small village near Jodhpur, Rajasthan, the daughter of an Air Force officer, Sunita Shekhawat ji, had the opportunity to travel across India, absorbing the various cultures all along. Sunita Shekhawat ji is the founder of the House of Sunita Shekhawat, which has brands like Sunita Shekhawat Jaipur and Rohira Jaipur under its umbrella. She herself is known as the modern Meenakar, who has a refreshingly eclectic and vibrant take on the time-honored traditional craft of Meenakari. Ms. Shekhawat has been the recipient of the Best Female Entrepreneur Award at JGS and Beti Srishti Ratan Award at the hands of Princess Diya Kumari of Jaipur.
So I welcome all my fellow peer mentors and especially my very, very dear friend Sunita, who's made the, taken the opportunity to be with us and share her story in terms of what it takes to be, from grassroots to going to a global level. So while Modi ji, our Prime Minister has been talking about local to global and the local getting a vocal in terms of the voice, she is one person who's really given that kind of recognition to the art and the jewelry tradition of Rajasthan, which has, she's taken it to America, to the Middle East, to, and we'll get to hear more from her where all. So I was recently just talking to her where she was talking about her French collection. Now we're going to really start because I am geared up now to talk about her jewelry, right? Because I possess one of those very special pieces that's very close to my heart. I remember the pink opals and the green Meenakari in this pendant, which Shobha Day actually saw me wearing. And she said, Shobha got attracted to me because that piece of jewelry is what I was wearing. And then she said, I just told her she's a very dear friend who's doing it, And Shobha and me went to Sunita's studio and she went on shopping and she loved it so much. So that's the kind of, craze that people have for her jewelry because that's so special. That despite it being so common for Jaipur people, yet she brings that uniqueness. So I'm going to ask Sunita ji, what is that really, makes her jewelry stand apart from the rest?
One of my very close friend, we were just sitting and we were chatting. And he said that if you add extra to ordinary, it becomes extraordinary. So you have to just add little extra. And since then, if you give more than say 100%, And when people say that, okay, this is, I'm 99% sure. So why can't the person be 100% sure? So that 1% makes things, I think, different and extra. So all you have to do is just add that little extra and you become extraordinary. So the brand has always been known for, I would say, giving something more than what people expect. And you should never promise more than you can deliver. Rather, it should be the other way around. You should promise less and deliver more.
Understanding that you came from a Rajput family with a traditional background where, you know, you wouldn't be allowed to go alone, and you moved, you scaled up from that level. So having these celebrity clients. So what was your learning journey right from being a homemaker to having these celebrity clients?
I think it's very easy, Archana, to find a perfect balance between your work and family. And I think this is a very frequently asked question, that how do you balance? I think balance is not only your, I would say it's not your responsibility. The responsibility lies on the family, your kids, your extended family, friends, relatives, in-laws. So I never had any issue finding that balance between work and family. But I would like to specially mention, you know, whatever I have learned, you know, it has always been across the table, you know. So retail gives you that opportunity to interact with people. And off late, you know, I was reading this book on, it's called Presence. And it's by author, she's a professor in Harvard University. So body language, you know, when you sit across with such accomplished and successful people, you add that little bit. Whatever you have, you already possess that. But when that person adds, you know, something, then, you know, your ideas, your creativity, your learning, your experience, I think everything matters. And your most difficult client teaches you the most. So I have learned from my clients, you know, and I think I am still a student. So I learn a lot from those successful, you know, people, because one, they're accomplished, they're successful, they're very humble, and the interaction, you know, takes you to a different level altogether. And that's the best time, you know, when I interact with people, you know, across the table. So
what I have to still say is that despite having clients from different backgrounds and with different tastes, you have maintained that very distinct identity of yours. What did it take you to build that very special identity? And again, my question would be that while you talked about balance in the family, but, you know, having moved on in terms of the kind of celebrity status that you got in these last 2 decades, what was that uniqueness that was very special to Sunita Shekhawat that really made you where you are today?
See, I think we forget all our hardships, you know, Archana, when we get, I would say, success. So that part is, I think, I hardly remember. Of course, those were very tough time, you know, tough days. I have enjoyed the journey more than the destination. So those period, you know, that last 15 to 20 years, I call it like my experience of learning, you know, exploring. So I mean, it was great. Or जैसे लोग कहते हैं कि, I mean, how do you expect someone else to realize your dream? You know, dream is what you dream. You know, you can't expect even for the closest family member to understand your dream. So this was my dream. I don't expect anything from anyone. I have learned my way and I'm happy the way I am.
Tell me, when did you start dreaming, you know? Like when I say I was a young girl, and that's where I felt, you know, that women need to be self-reliant, and that's how it got me to start my work, right? So what was that dream, and what was that point of time in your life that something touched you?
See, I always wanted to be an independent person and never wanted to be dependent on either my father or my father-in-law, my husband, and now, of course, my kids. So that being self-reliant was the biggest, you know, focus. And Jaipur being Jaipur, you know, has offered great opportunities for me as a jewelry designer to explore, you know, because normally when you learn jewelry designing, you limit yourself to only designing. But fortunately, since I was in Jaipur, I had the opportunity to learn manufacturing also. See, you know, whatever is happening on the on that जो अपने 4 walls कहते हैं ना, within that 4 walls में जो भी हो रहा है in the Chowda Rasta from Jowri Bazaar, you know, so that jewelry making inspired me even more, and then I learned, you know, gemology also. So it's a combination of jewelry designing, gemology, production, designing, so many things. So pata nahi kaha, you never know, you know. I think the city, Jaipur city, is the biggest inspiration for me. And I would interrupt, till date my best interns and the best students are from art, you know. I'm sorry to say, I have students from NIF to NID to all the top institute, but my gems are always from arts.
Kya baat hai, kya baat hai. Thank you so much. You know, this is a big endorsement. Now you've started this new brand, Rohira. So you've got these 2 bright, intelligent, you know, children that you have, you know, Niharika, who's looking after your entire now social media and the entire digital business. And you've got Digvijay, who started this new brand, Rohira. And you were sharing with me that as a young girl, I used to hear, no, ye to Rohide ka phool hai wo to. You know, it is like, you know, something that's very beautiful, but does not have the smell or the, you know. So what really inspired you? Because I know, sure, your children are completely inspired by you. So what really got you to think about Rohira as a brand?
Rohira, as Archana has said, that Rohira is it's a very rustic flower. And Rohira is not many people know that Rohira is a state flower of Rajasthan. So while we were discussing of, you know, starting a very contemporary line on silver, and this was of course my son Digvijay's idea, that why don't we start an e-commerce platform? So of course, House of Sunita Shekhawat being Sunita Shekhawat, we never wanted to follow someone else's path or try to be, you know, someone else. So Rajasthan, when we talk about, people always try to copy these palaces or forts or maybe a peacock or a camel. So we thought, why not have a very rustic approach towards a brand, which is Rajasthan is known for. So Rohira is a dream in the desert, and it's purely sterling silver, cadmium free, nickel free, and very soon we are going to start operations in US also, and it's definitely out and out a very, I would say, a very young approach to a brand. So I'm equally passionate about this new baby, and I call Rohira my third baby.
So what I hear is, Sunita ji, that you're talking about an opportunity. So even if COVID has posed a lot of challenges in terms of people buying precious jewelry, I think things had come to almost a standstill. But you created an opportunity of having created a completely new brand in this point of time.
Yes.
When e-commerce was really building up. So I think all women probably need to see an opportunity. That's what I hear while you sharing your... Sure. I would like you to very openly share your challenges, because challenges is what makes you. You know, your scars are what make you. Actually, that's very... And I think we all need to acknowledge that. Jitna hum shayad, when we talk about our failures, that's probably inspires a lot of other people in terms of looking at a relatedness. People say, "Yare, ye bhi to fail hue the. Hum bhi to ho rahe hain." So people generally stop when they fail. Where did you fail that encouraged you to move forward?
No, I think God has been very kind, and I've been very fortunate. So I never saw, you know, failure. I've always seen success, and I'm thankful to God for that. But अगर कोई मुझे ये कह देता है कि आपसे ये नहीं होगा, that is the biggest challenge for me, you know, till date. You know, if someone says कि नहीं आप please आप नहीं कर सकते, I said okay, let me do it. So that is very important. So you have to challenge yourself, you know. And now I think working after 25 years, Archana, it's not about, you know, it has always been me versus me. It has never been me versus anybody else.
Even if people tell them something, they're very comfortable with it because they don't see it as a challenge. What do you have to say about a situation like this? Because a lot of our women who are there, who have a deep aspiration to do something, but they don't find the challenge enough, you know. So anything that you have in mind that's occurring to you?
Don't blame anyone, you know. I think for good and bad, you know, whatever it is, आप लाइफ में कभी भी जाके दूसरे को ब्लेम नहीं कर सकते कि okay, it is, I couldn't do it because, you know, blah 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 blah. It doesn't work, you know. And same thing, Archana, this is very personal. I think my daughter also at one point of time, she said, no mama, I don't want to work as hard as you have worked. I said, okay, fine, it's your life, you decide whatever you want to do. Within 4-5 years, that girl entirely switched her, side, and she said, okay, I want to be like you in every sense of word. So you have to give that right opportunity and challenge yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you.
At the Women Mentors Forum, our whole purpose is to have women be complementing energies rather than, competing with each other. So I want to acknowledge all the amazing peer mentors who've actually helped so many women in the city actually raise their bar. And now, if I have to ask you that, I know one thing is that, that when people challenged you, that's what raised your bar. And now what are you looking at?
See, now, Archana, after 25 years, I think a piece of beauty essay is joy for, no, I'm sorry for getting, a thing of beauty is joy forever.
So I've known Sunita since 2004, and she's somebody who really inspires me when it comes to finesse, beauty, and look at a beautiful house that she's done. Everything is so beautiful around there. It really feels, that women have so much that they can, do, whether you're talking about the home or every space is a representation of who you are. So it's just my request that, I think each of us should take that opportunity to see beauty around us. What do you keep in mind while you're designing a piece of jewelry?
See, it entirely, Archana, depends on the mood, I think, and something, like when I designed this new collection called Neil Push for Neil One. So I was in Turkey and I visited this blue mosque. And when I came back, and fortunately, I went to this blue pottery thing up now. What is her name, Nitin? I'm just forgetting.
Neela ji.
Neha, yes. So it stayed, on my mind. And मैंने कहा जब वहाँ इतना खूबसूरत blue with white है, Jaipur also has that blue pottery thing. So I think inspiration is always at back of your mind, and it can surface anytime, anywhere, while you are sleeping, eating, whatever you are doing. I think inspiration is
it's everywhere and all around us.
Everywhere around us.
What are the 3 things that you wish you knew before starting your own brand? Very good. So Ashi is a student from the Craft and Accessory Design program. Yeah.
I wish I was more aware about the banking system, finances, I think that is most important part of running a business. Now that my son is back, so he always says, Mama, a CEO should be responsible for the profit and loss of the company also. So the P&L account, you are responsible for the finances also, which I was not. I'm learning now. I think the most important part, and the production, of course, designing. As they say that ideas are cheap and execution is the king. So कुछ भी आप sketch कर सकते हो, but then you have to execute the piece. So one is finance, second is the execution, and I think third, where I lacked, I don't think so.
Ma'am, what would you say is different, that what makes your work or brand stand out from the immense competition in the market today?
I think the craftsmanship, I would say, and you have to be original. You can't copy someone. You have to be very original, and you have to pay a lot of emphasis on finishing, because as I said, that little extra attention makes all the difference, and it doesn't cost anything.
Right. So Akanksha, you're going to get a lot of jewelry design questions because the students are here as well. So she's saying that, while there is a lot of inspiration that's coming from traditional designs, how do you make them contemporary?
See, that little twist with the changing time, I would say. The influences, of course, my kids, when I sit with them, their little advice. And with the changing time, how from a sari, I think with the same person, Archana, in the morning, you'll wear maybe a kaftan, but during the work, you would like to wear your tussar. But in the evening, if you go out, you would like to wear your most modern outfit, or maybe a cape or something. So the person remains the same. Pehle kya hota tha, housewife, they were either clad in a sari, and so one person, one persona. Now same person, different persona. So I'm just trying to create those different levels for the same person. The person doesn't change. but the role is changing every day. You know, so like today I wore sari purposely, but in the evening I'm going out, I might wear something else. So that shift of person into a different, you know, I think that is what inspires me to give those different levels from traditional to contemporary.
That's a very interesting perspective. So Jagruti is another one from fashion. Huh? She says that, ma'am, you're talking about something extraordinary. So she says that what is that extra? Whether you're right, you know whether it's going to be appealing or not, one doesn't know. So what is that extra? How do you identify that?
See, extra, matlab, if you're working for 7 hours, try to work for 8 hours. If you're getting early at 6 o'clock, please try to get up at 5:30. Anything, whatever you do, you have to do that. Literally, you have to push your boundaries, what you've been doing.
What does a jewelry designer's day look like?
Depends. Again, from morning to, you know, there are days when you want to exercise, there are days when you want to meditate, there are days when you completely give up and you're just focusing on one collection. At times you want to travel. So there's nothing like a routine. Of course, you get up early, work hard. And I think now at our age, I think everything seems so comfortable. It keeps, I think it, as I said, you know, designing depends on my mindset.
Okay, so one thing we did get to know that you started the brand Rohira during the pandemic, right? And but how did Sunita Shekhawat as a brand also did it evolve? And because Aarti is asking that, did your business get affected? And if it did, how did you help it evolve?
Yeah. See, in the March, by the end of March and beginning of April during the lockdown, we set certain goals, you know, in terms of, I would say, of course, sales, because we have to take care of the entire, you know, people who are associated with us. And God is so kind, Archana, by the end of December, we were able to achieve all our targets.
So I'm sure that, you know, a lot of our people have really benefited in terms of the conversation that we've had, right from the Women Mentors Forum, whether they are initiating their, you know, some kind of a small entity or they're already big and they're expanding. So I think a lot of insights that you've given, which is very potent. And so there's just one last question I'd like to say that, what are the challenges faced by a jewelry designer in her work, in his or her role?
I think, as I said, Archana, design, you know, you can design, and this is what I want to convey to all the budding jewelry designer, that you have to keep, when students come to me, you know, I always tell them, design to aap kuch bhi kar loge, but then you have to keep whether you will be able to make this piece or not. So the technicality. So first you have to think of the concept in terms of, not in terms of designing, in terms of manufacturing also. So I learned, Archana, not many people know that I learned manufacturing first, then I got into designing.
Very nice.
So practical training, you know, whether you can achieve that piece is very important. So while designing a piece, and this is where I think most of the institutes lack also, and the practical training is so important. You can sketch anything on a piece of paper, you know, but how to execute that piece is very important. Over the period of time, I also realized that, you know, practical training, I love to teach students. So they always come with their designs, you know, and I make them sit with my karigars also. See, there's nothing which is hidden nowadays. And it's all about, you know, giving back what I have learned or what I was not able to get. So, jo bhi bachche aate hain, Archana, I always make them sit with my karigars. I make them execute their design and teach them with the best of the karigars.
So you can see a couple of prototypes that we've kept behind my back. They are also and things. Yeah. So we ensure that till the prototyping and the testing phase, you've done it. So the testing goes on to the ramp. So it's very important that you understand the entire supply chain, right? From the material sourcing to the production and the CAD and the digital and the key e-commerce part of it. So last question, Sakina has to ask that, you know, what it takes for somebody to get into the creative industry. Any advice from your side?
See, creativity is not only limited to jewelry. You know, if I was not in this industry, I would have been into maybe a carpet making or a furniture making. So creativity is all how well you are, how well you can imagine. You know, it's not, and now it's not only about imagination. As I said, imagine, so you can imagine, आप Taj Mahal भी सोच सकते हो, but execution. So when you imagine something, think of execution also, because this is the most difficult problem, I have faced, even with the budding designers also, even with my karigars who have experience of 20-25 years, Archana, and even more than that, more than me. But जब उनको मैं कोई भी एक डिजाइन विजुअलाइज करने के लिए कहती हूँ ना, this is where they fail, So the moment we think, I always think of, okay, and 3-dimensional सोचना, sketches सोचना, उसको convert करना. So creativity, I don't think you can. Creativity एक ऐसी चीज है that you can't define, you can't define. You have to imagine and then execute.
Very right. In fact, because I belong to the tile ecosystem also, I mean, like the mentorship and entrepreneurship ecosystem, and I see nowadays with business pitches, they just don't look at the idea. No. They see the implementation plan, the operational plan.
Yeah.
If the operational plan is in place, then only can the idea have some meaning. Otherwise, it's all a delusion.
Delusion, yeah.
So I think a lot of us, we get trapped into ideas that I have a fantastic idea. And I think the sooner you implement your idea into reality, does it stay? Otherwise, 6 months later, somebody already has taken it forward. Yeah. Sunita, I want to congratulate you for all what you've done to this.
Thank you, Archana.
All the recognition that you have brought to the city of Jaipur, and the beauty that you're bringing to the lives of women and also everybody around us. Because when you see a beautiful piece of beauty, I think it enriches everybody. So thank you so much.